Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know whether there are any words to describe what just happened. Basically, okay, I'll wait for people to join. Um, so, okay, perfect, guys. What's going on? What's going on? This is euro dollar. Let me just share as well what I'm sharing right now, just for you to be in sync with me. Sorry, just I'm gonna put on that I'm sharing euro dollar. Here we are. That's a massive move for euro dollar due to the economic data, due to the NFP. What we had actually, what we just experienced, let's say, is a huge bid, huge bid that actually boosted dollar. And why is that? Basically, let me go through it. Actually, let me share also the calendar with you, okay? Because this is quite important. Can you see it? I think right now everyone can see my screen, right? Let me see. Perfect. You can see it. Okay, my head is a bit in front on top of it. Let me just put it higher. Perfect. Here we go. So a big bid for NFP, as I was ready to say, and we have euro dollar. I mean, plummet. We are seeing euro dollar plummeting. That's a huge move. That's nearly 100 pips move. That's absolutely massive. I don't remember the last time that I saw that such a big move. NFP, big missed. Oh, excuse me. Big missed. 70K, what was expected, is nearly double. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it revised also. Okay, it revised lower. Unemployment detected. So average earnings ahead. So the headlines is higher than expected. The previous months had revised from 3.8 to 3.7. Unemployment, yeah. So what that shows, that pretty much shows a really solid jobs report. Really solid jobs report. I mean, this is like it's saying to the Fed, you know what? Don't be bothered. You can stop cutting rates, and basically that postpone even more any actually not postpone, erase, I could say. I don't know whether this sounds a bit too much, but this might has completely erased any cut possibilities, and actually the scenarios of a hike is more likely right now. And that's why we're seeing dollar for the time being, for the very first 5 minutes of this trade. The dollar is well supported. Actually, it's a huge this huge boost for dollar against the rest of the currencies. Okay, obviously this is the market noise, the very first 5 minutes of the report. So I'm a bit curious to see whether this will be sustained. But the data as such, okay, the particular data as such, today's data, basically detects significantly the scenario of a rate cut. It's more of a hold for longer, and possibly increase the odds for a rate hike within 2026. Yeah, that's something certain. So theoretically speaking, dollar should be well supported today. So that means that euro dollar should remain under pressure. But obviously, it's too early to confirm something like that. We're just 6 minutes after the data. US session just, I mean, is about to start, or actually started already. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, um, let me see whether there is anything that I might have missed. Yeah, that's fine. 173,000 jobs, fell by 173,000 jobs. Back in from back in October. So okay, that's not um, the fact that it's nearly double is what it makes it makes all this such a huge spike in volatility. So I would like to remind you guys that the Fed watch, the speculations regarding the rate cuts, the rate hikes. Prior the data, basically, we had seen that there is a 72 chance, but there's 72% a chance for a rate cut in June. This is what was largely priced in the markets. But now with this big bid and the dollar clearly soaring, this is likely to change dramatically. Yeah, which everything is such a great sign. I mean, double jobs, falling unemployment rate. Yeah, especially the drop in unemployment, it comes despite rising anticipation, which is just a great sign. So yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna stay. I'm gonna. I prefer to jump into the markets, into the charts. Sorry, and go through to see how the rest of the assets responded. And I would really like you guys to let me know what asset you want me to cover. Okay, what asset you want me to cover? Maybe the time zone that you want me to cover per asset as well. That would be very very helpful. So yeah, I will wait for your comments. Need to make sure that. So welcome, Ramir. So okay, euro dollar. Let's analyze this one. Okay, and okay, you have seen, I mean, it's quite crystal clear. We are in a 15 minutes chart. It's crystal clear that the immediate support of the day, it was this floor over here at 118.85. It was largely broken. Obviously, this candle has not closed yet, so I'm not gonna end up with some with conclusions right now. I'm gonna wait a bit. Okay, yes, I'm gonna jump into the gold really, really quickly. So I'm gonna actually move higher to the 1 hour chart just to find the next support level. The next support level basically is the latest low that we got, basically a 118.30. 118.30 is an area that has been retested just now, I mean the last few minutes, but also it used to be a nice resistance zone, as you can see over here. So guys, that's the very next immediate support level for intraday traders, for short-term traders. And theoretically speaking, as I said earlier, the data support a strong dollar. So as soon as this candle close and we have some clarity, we can basically I need to see this candle closing in order to confirm, but based on the data, the euro dollar is likely to continue on the downside due to strong dollar. However, I need, and you need as well, to always trade what you see, not what you think. Okay, theory is good, it helps us determine and understand things, but that's not always the case. So because the very first 15 minutes after NFP is all the market noise, even though the data support that support a strong dollar, I will wait for this 15-minute candle at least at least this 15-minute candle to close in order to be able to measure and see whether there is further room on the downside. And if we confirm that there is further room on the downside, the next support levels is the latest low one, 118.30, 118.03 as well, actually 118 round number, key psychological level as well, and so on and so forth. I'm going to jump back to the euro dollar shortly. Okay, and actually I would like to see euro dollar with my lovely, absolutely lovely Heiken Ashi candles. For anyone that follows us and attends to my live analysis, you probably know already how much I love my Heiken Ashi setup. Okay, it's not for everyone, but it's just me. I just love it. Let me get rid of that. And 15 minutes chart. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a bit until this candle closes. I'm gonna jump into gold. Okay. Hello guys, hello. What are they trading gold at? This is euro dollar. I have at the bottom of the live new belief culture. Please, I have at the bottom the asset in order to help you follow what I'm saying. So right now, let me just change the caption. Gold. I'm gonna jump into the gold, and let me jump actually to gold. Come on. My gold. Here we are. Perfect. This is gold. 15 minutes chart again. Okay, 15 minutes chart. I'm gonna move higher as well and do some analysis in the 1 hour, 4 hour daily chart, obviously. But because I have so many questions about gold, let me do it right now. So this is the 15 minute chart. I remind, 15 minutes chart for gold. You can see it below. I have, like, I don't know how it's called, caption, whatever. So okay, this was like gold was in a retracement for the past hour prior to the data. There was a big move, not as big as euro, as the currencies, as the euro dollar, but yeah, there was a there's a nice decisive pullback and a return of 50-20 level, but currently I can see that it doesn't manage to sustain it. So 1 minute left for this candle to close. So bear with me, guys, because I want to see how we will close. It will be quite important for from a technical perspective, because right now, let me zoom out a bit. Actually, yeah, I got this right. So right now, I need to see whether it will close below this resistance level, which is now. Okay, indeed, the candle closed, a new one has opened. As you can see, it closed well above the mid level of the candle. So you know what we're saying is that if you measure, you have a big spike, right? A big spike, a big move general. You measure it and you notice that the candle eventually closed. It didn't close. It closed above the mid level. In this case, this suggests that there is still some buying pressure that holds gold. That supports. There is some kind of a support to gold. Obviously, okay, this is a Heiken Ashi setup. Our new candle closed without any tail at the top. So I need to see this candle closing as well until I figure out whether there is further room on the downside for gold. I'm afraid, because right now it's at a very important level. And this is it. Let me just, you see. Oh, sorry for that. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. 50.80. Trying to find So obviously, actually, it was in a triangle, in an ascending triangle. Bit narrow though. Yeah, a bit narrow, but that serves us quite well for a support level. So have you seen what I've just did? Okay, it's a really narrow, or is it a really narrow ascending triangle, this one? But it provides this trend line by connecting the latest lows in the 15-minute chart. It provides a nice support level. So, um, so further decline could find some support at 50-20 zone. Okay, 50-20. MACD don't help us really with the 15-minute chart. Stochastic shows some, we have seen in stochastic a bullish cross. However, the slope is not so decisive, it's not so strong, so it seems that this is like a bit of a fake bounce. Okay, it won't be sustained. This is what it looks like. The slope is not strong enough, and we're gonna keep monitoring it. So yeah, let me just, yeah, guys, I might be a bit conservative, okay, but I want to see the next 15 minutes candle closing before taking any decision. The fact that even though basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, I'm gonna ignore these two, but it's 7 in total anyway, bearish Heiken-Ashi candles, but okay, we have these 7 bearish Heiken-Ashi candles, and that should indicate that there is further room on the downside, that the asset will move further on the downside. However, this is what strikes, what bothers me basically, the fact that the latest candle opened higher than the previous close, okay, and this bullish indication over here in my stochastics, this bothers me. It doesn't give me the confidence that I need in order to believe that for gold at least there is further room on the downside, at least up to 50-20 territory, which is really, this is a confluence of the latest low and my trend line, which is a good support level this week for gold. So I'm gonna come back to gold in a bit. This is basically today's NFP is have been really, really exciting, right? Everyone, I was logged, I bought it at the bottom. I only one thing buy after NFP. Depends there, Triton. So Triton, let me okay. That is a very interesting comment from Triton. I'm gonna jump back to euro. Okay, uh, this is euro, and Triton is saying, "Am I the only one seeing buying after NFP?" It depends. It depends of your strategy. It depends what kind of a time frame you are. Are you a 1 minute trader? Yes. If you're a 1 minute trader, this is a 1 minute chart. If you're a 1 minute trader, obviously you have seen the buying opportunity over here at the bottom, but this is a 1 minute chart. So my dear Trifon, I'm trying to cover as many time frames I can, but at the end of the day, it depends on what kind of a trader you are, guys, and what kind of a time frame you're trading. What's your strategy? So for someone that I guess Triton, you're a 1 minute trader, 5 minute trader, I don't know, but you for anyone that it was like really trading in a really tight time frame, such as 1 minute or even 5 minutes, yeah, that was a bullish signal indeed, and indeed we have a bit of a correction, not correction, actually a nice rebound up to 118.80. Even though I can see stochastics trying to push lower once again, but yeah, it depends from your time frame. I'm just showing you a way, let's say, as my setup, the way to interpret, let's say, the data. But yeah, everything depends on your risk, your risk appetite, your strategy, what kind of a trader you are, and so on and so forth. So this one is, I'm back to euro dollar, guys, trying to go through questions. Could you show gold in your opinion if you see a buy after an FP with your analysis? Give me another 5 minutes. I'm not convinced for gold, to be honest. Okay, and I would like to double check everything and be absolutely sure before I say anything. Questions of the hold buy at what price? I think we wait for the next 1 hour to determine. Okay, next 1 hour is maybe too much for some people, but that's why I stick to the 15 minutes chart, because especially in the NFP, I don't know whether you follow us in social media, but we have showed in the past a strategy for NFP particularly that suggests basically that the very first 15 minutes is all the market noise, and the second, the 15 minutes after, so we have the first 15 minutes is all the market noise. The next 15 minutes, okay, gonna determine and help us have clarity about the actual direction of the asset after the data. That's why I stick on the 15 minutes chart today, and I just wait to see how we whether we're gonna indeed have a strong dollar or not. Guys, by the way, a strong dollar doesn't necessarily mean a decline in gold, okay? Because you know that there is a lot of things happening in a political perspective, and gold reacts as a safe haven. So strong dollar doesn't necessarily mean a weak gold. So we are back to euro dollar. Okay, bear with me. We are back to euro dollar. I'm going to measure like I did with gold earlier. I'm going to measure tail to tail, week to week, okay? And look this beauty. Can you tell me what you're seeing? It's what I said earlier. It's very important to find out where the close price is. Is it above or below the 50% of the candle that in which we have seen the reaction after the NFP? Look at this. Look at this. It's exactly on spot. It's exactly on top of the 50%. Okay? That's very, very important, because indicates that sellers are trying to take the control. MACD continues in the meantime lower. Stochastic is pointing higher, but you see that the slope is like, it's very like, it's not a sharp slope. Actually, it's a bit flat, pointing on the right hand side, and that indicates that any correction, any move on the upside, it will be limited. It will be just a correction before another attempt on the downside. This is for euro dollar, not for gold. This is for euro dollar. Okay, we have another 4 minutes to go, and until this candle close. But considering the fact that the initial 15 minutes candle have closed exactly on the 50% Fibonacci level at the mid of the candle, MACD is keep pointing lower, dropping lower. There is an increasing bearish bias, and the slope or stochastic looks that any correction will be limited, will be just a correction before another attempt on the upside. 15 minutes chart, don't forget, it's a 15 minutes chart. And so yeah, we have found the support levels earlier. And over here I have my Haikenashi. I showed it to you earlier. Look at this beauty. Another one. Parabolic SAR is far away from the chart. MACD down. So it seems that there is further room on the downside for euro dollar. I'm gonna get back to gold again because everyone over here is a gold lover, right? So so I'm gonna get back to gold. Okay, there's another 3 minutes to go. I'm not convinced for gold, to be honest. Let's jump to the 1 minute chart just for anyone that is a shorted trader. Okay, you'll see. Look at this, guys. Okay, indeed, there was a correction. There was a move higher, reverting more than 50%, nearly 60% of the latest down leg. Okay, but this is 1 minute chart for gold. 1 minute. Okay, it's not reliable for any medium or long term or day long term conclusions. Okay, so that was 2 minutes prior the data. The dive was 2 minutes prior the data, and since then there was a bit of a correction on the upside, about around 70%. 70%, yeah, somewhere 70% of the losses have been like reverted. But look at that, small body candles, and a bit of it looks like a consolidation more or less. Okay, I believe okay, that's not correct. Let me change the settings. Ignore for now. I need to fix the settings. No, that's not enough. Good enough. No, 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 no. Let me try 120. Neither. The deviation is not, no, it's not. I'm not happy with it. Okay, that's more decent. Indeed, we have some, we could say, an up channel, but the slope of this channel is not so sharp. It's not like, but it's not only that, it's the small body Haikenashi candles that we're getting, indicating that there is not a lot of support, a lot of bullish bias to push gold higher. But that's just the 1 minute chart. Okay. So let me get rid of this one. So just closed, it closed smaller. There is a big tail at the bottom. Yeah, guys, okay. Regarding gold, I'm afraid that there is still some bullish support. Yeah, the fact that I'm getting smaller Haikenashi candles and stochastic is still pointing on the upside doesn't give me the go ahead, let's say, to claim that it will continue the downside. But nonetheless, you know what? It is what it is. That's nice as well. So a break of this trend line, of this immediate support level that I have used in the 15 minutes chart. So a move below it could trigger some short positions. Nice. Okay, guys, that's it. That's nice for short-term traders, 15 minutes traders, 30 minutes traders. This is support. I have put a second trend line. Okay. Basically for the whole day. It's like a daily support. It's today's support. Sorry. connecting the lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lows have been, I have connected 6 ones, so it's quite solid. So only a move below this support level could open the doors to 50-20 or even lower than that. Okay, that will be your confirmation. Okay, but I repeat, the fact that we are getting smaller Heikin-Ashi candles, the stochastic moving like it's pointing higher, implies that there is currently, at least, there is not enough pressure for gold to move lower. Okay, either way, in the long term, so this is the daily chart of 4-hour chart as well. In the long term, the gold remains well supported above 5,000 territory. So as long as it doesn't move below 5,000, it's just the outlook remains positive, basically, for gold. Okay, in the long term, in the medium term. Now, let me see questions, and I'm not gonna get rid of the lines. I'm gonna keep it as it is. Sorry. Interesting. Okay, guys. So let me see questions. Chart. Hey, is literally nothing to trade today. Here it is not worth my risking. No setup guarantee. Just going to wait for the noise to stop. And that's a good call, Ezzy. That's a good call. This is what we're saying. At the very first 15 minutes, it's a market noise. Wait. Basically, NFP, traditionally, the best way to trade NFP is 30 minutes after the actual release. Unless if you have a strategy for trading the news and it has proven, a strong, reliable strategy. But if you're not a news trader, if you're not a trader that trades the news, the best approach is what you said. Wait for the market news to get out, to stop. And in order for you to have some clarity of the real direction of the market, either for gold or euro, dollar or dollar yen. Dollar yen, by the way, it's a very interesting asset, but I want to go through the questions first, just to make sure that I haven't left anyone without a reply. I expect to see it close as a white candle in 1-hour chart, since I see it fail opening price of the day. Am I wrong? Wait a minute. So are you referring to gold or are you referring to euro dollar? I'm a bit confused right now. Okay, gold, which is the one that I have open right now. Gold today opened at, here we are, it opened here at 50.26, and currently is well above it, basically at 50.61. I expect to see it close as a white candle in 1 hour, since I see it fail opening price of the day. I think you're okay. You are referring to euro dollar. Okay, you are referring to euro dollar. My bad. So the euro dollar. Okay, the euro dollar. The 1 hour candle that was like on the NFP, it closed below the open price of of the day. So the open price of the day was at here. This is the open price. What is it? 112. Yeah, here. 118.86. That's the open price of the day. And it closed below it. There is some, let me just get back. There is some correction right now. Okay. There is some correction, but it looks just a correction before another attempt on the downside, guys. Okay. MACD is down. If I put my, let me put actually my indicators. Here we go. I will put the 30 minutes chart or even the 1 hour chart. Let's put the 1 hour chart. Why not? Bearish cross of moving averages, and it was like there was a nice signal 2 hours, an hour before the data. So anyone that saw these signs most probably is on profit. It's in a huge profit right now. So yeah, moving averages have bearishly crossed. They keep pointing further on the downside. RSI is below the 50%. The asset right now it tries to recover, to correct a bit, but is still well below the pivot point of the day, well below the opening price of the day. These corrections looks like a correction before another attempt on the downside. So it seems that there is a lot of selling pressure for euro dollar right now. Okay, so let me just then I decided to do, dollar is also pulling back. I meant for gold, I'm seeing same thing after NFP. Sure, it shows us to buy data first, then pull back. Bitcoin, whoa. No one mentioned so far Bitcoin. Let's see. Ooh, nice rounding bottom over here. This is Bitcoin, guys. To caption, I need to change the caption again. Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin in a 30 minutes chart. This is Bitcoin in a 30 minutes chart. And yes, you are absolutely right. Bankfa. This is indeed, there was indeed a nice rebound, and it still holds. It's quite decisive. We have a bullish cross. The asset rebounded away from 66 460 territory, broken the first support of the day, and it keeps moving higher. And you are absolutely right, Bank Funk. Well done. There is a nice, this is Bitcoin, really nice, decisive, bullish bias. You can see stochastic having another bullish cross. RSI keeps pointing higher, bullish cross from my moving average. But if you just see the candles say everything. Basically shows that there is a decisive bullish bias in this intraday. So I'm gonna, you know what, I would like to do something. I would like to, no, wrong. Here we go. 1 hour chart, connecting the tails just to monitor whether we're gonna see a break of. So this is the resistance zone, guys. This is the resistance zone, 69,000 territory, 69,000 territory. So this is where the majority of the people that join this trade have possibly placed their target, their immediate target. So yeah, well done, Bank Fund. You've seen this. 15 minutes. You've seen it actually. You put your comment for 15 minutes before. So well done, well done. In general, you know that Bitcoin is in a negative outlook. It's like dropping overall. The outlook is negative, but this is a nice rounding bottom. Sorry, which is a bullish signal, and especially if we see the asset breaking my trend line, my short-term trend line, then that will be a sign that it could move in even higher and even reach the 70,000 territory, 70,200 territory to be more precise. Overall, though, it's under pressure. So this is just the intraday bullish bias. So it might be limited. If it fails to extend above this level, then you should wait for a reversal. Okay? To go buy after everything because then if we can attend and a week opening price strongest. There were a lot of people asking for Bitcoin. We're still confused on whether to sell or not. Christian, basically, guys, okay, everything depends on what kind of a trader you are. What's your time zone? What time frame you're trading, Christian? What time frame you trading? Obviously, I'm not allowed to tell you whether you should buy or sell. I'm just trying to read the charts in order to help you understand it. And with this way, I mean, to help you read the charts and understand what you're seeing. So, but everything depends on your strategy and your time frame. Like I mentioned earlier, for like I demonstrated. Someone asked about a 1 minute chart or something. I don't remember, but yes, for 1 minute chart there was a clear buying signal that was crystal clear. But everything depends on what kind of a trader you are. I mean, I personally, I'm not a 1 minute trader. This is too stressful for me. It's not for me. It's just not for me. So everything depends on what kind of a trader you are. So yeah. But what I can say for Bitcoin right now is that trend line, the 69,000, which is a round number and also coincide with my trend line and the pivot point of the day, will be a key resistance area. If the asset, if our candle, this candle or the next one, manage to extend above it and close above my trend line, that will be a bullish signal. If it fails to extend above it and like we have a reversal or a move below 68,000, then that will be an indication that the decline will continue and the asset will return back to 66,235 or even 64,618, which is the second and third support of the day. Okay, that was for Bitcoin. Oh my God, Bang, you're a Bitcoin trader. I don't trust BTC at the moment. Yeah, why not? Why not? If you cannot see it, then don't trade it. Simple as that. Wants us to buy, but I think same as BTC. Okay, that's interesting. Basically, okay. Let's get back to gold then. Okay, yeah, as it was expected, That was a nice solid support zone, and now we are seeing the asset returning back on the upside, guys. Yes, there wasn't a really strong pressure for gold. It's a safe haven afterwards. I mean, it's not been affected only by NFP, it's been affected by geopolitics and in general, all this, I mean, Iran situation, everything that's going on around the globe. So it's a risk asset anyway. It's a risk sensitive asset, it's a safe haven. So, yeah, indeed, we hadn't dived due to the data, due to strong dollar, but that hasn't lasted. That's why I said earlier that a strong dollar doesn't necessarily mean a weak gold. And this is actually, you can see it over here. It failed to extend below the support of the day because the first line is the support of the day. It failed to extend above it. We have actually a correction now, right now. We have our very, very first bullish high Kenashi candle in a 15-minute chart. Okay. And what we need to see right now is parabolic SAR changing side and come and being placed below the below the price action. That will give another indication that the asset will return back on the upside, and it could eventually return back to 51,000 territories and so on and so forth. So yeah, you are actually right. Bitcoin and gold, they pretty much reacted, not exactly, I mean, not with the same way. You can see that gold's reversal is a bit more conservative in comparison with Bitcoin, but they had a similar reaction. But I don't want you really to compare those two guys. Gold is in an overall bullish bias, it's an overall bullish outlook. Bitcoin has been is on the downside for weeks now, so generally neutral to negative outlook. So two different things, assets that are affected from different factors. Okay, obviously they have some common I have factors that they have an affection on them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that gold reacts that Bitcoin reacts the same way as gold. Okay. What else you want me to cover? Shall I see? So for gold, I'm done for gold. Okay. This is gold. I need to change the caption again. It's not easy all the time. Yeah, for gold is what I mentioned earlier. Apparently, gold failed to extend on the downside. It was well supported by this trend line, well supported at 56, 58 territory. Now it's in a rebound. What could give us a further confirmation is actually seeing the parabolic SAR changing side and see another high Kenash at least in the 15 minutes chart. Bitcoin is in a correction mode. Ooh. Sorry, here we are. Here is Bitcoin. And it seems that it's failing to extend above my trend line. So guys, keep an eye for a reversal regarding Bitcoin, okay? Keep an eye for a short-term reversal in this 1 hour chart. And now let me go back to euro dollar because someone asked for it and it was Edem. What's your setup and what is next move? Euro dollar, that's a 15 minutes chart. It seems that the decline, I'm not going to say it's over because it's not, but it's consolidating. So the correction it was necessary, it seems. But yeah, Yeah, guys, euro either with a high Kanashi setup, either with candlestick setup, the indicators at least indicate have a negative signals, have bearish signals. So this is my candlestick setup. Okay, so 5 and 9 exponential moving average bullishly cross, which is a bearish signal. The asset is well below the pivot point, actually flirts with the second support of the day, so something that is also a bearish signal. RSI well below 50 zone. There is a tiny rebound over here, but you see it's flat. So that doesn't indicate a rebound. Instead, it's indicating that there are more sellers in the market than bulls. And stochastic, the same. It has bullishly crossed, but yeah, that doesn't look like a strong. It is not a reversal yet. So yeah, there are more bearish signals than bullish ones. And the 15 minutes chart with high Kanashis are straightforward. So yeah, there is a consolidation the last 3 sessions. But as soon as you see as soon as you see a high Kanashi candle without any tail at the top, like this one, like this one, like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. As soon as you see a confirmed closed candle with no tail at the top, bearish one, that will be your signal that you know what, there is further room on the downside, and the asset will return back to 118.10 or even lower territory. Okay, right now consolidating a bit. It's a correction, but but consider also MACD, parabolic SAR, moving averages, all point to indicate, or everything indicates that there is further room on the downside for euro dollar. Guys, what's left? I'm using several Salem for short-term time frames such as 15 minutes chart and 30 minutes chart. I kind of like using high Kanashis with 5, 9, and 20 exponential moving average, along with parabolic SAR and stochastics. Okay, not MACD, stochastics. And the other one that I have for 1 hour and 4 hour charts is candlesticks, Japanese candlesticks, with a 5 and 9 exponential moving average again, 50 exponential moving average and 20 as well, so 4 moving averages. And at the bottom I have RSI and MACD. Okay, so dollar index. Yeah, this is a 30 minutes chart for dollar index. I should have changed that. This is much better. Okay, so yeah, the data just support the strong dollar. Obviously, it managed to break the resistance of the day. The resistance of the day was over here, guys. Largely broken, close above it, bullish cross in the from my 5 and 9 exponential moving average. RSI initially rose, but now it's flat. MACD indeed increased. Oh, that was a nice divergence. Oh, whoever spotted this on time, whoever spotted this one, the divergence. Okay, that's nice. Okay. See? Yeah, there's still some bullish bias. There's still some room on the upside, further room on the upside. Um, The next resistance level is our 200 exponential moving average, so 97, round 97 level. So yeah, let me see something. Let me measure it. Okay. So guys, based on the moving averages, MACD and RSI, seems that there is some room further on the upside, a bit limited, however. So the next resistance is at around $97 for dollar index and 97.20, which is also the 200 exponential moving average over here in the 50-minute chart. Overall, however, it doesn't change overall in the daily picture the fact that dollar is under pressure. Okay, this bullish bias is for the time being, at least, is only intraday. Okay, and not only intraday, actually in the very, very short time frame, such as 15, 30 minutes chart, etc., etc. So ceiling 97. Okay, above that, another ceiling is the 200 exponential moving averages and the 61% Fibonacci level 97.30. But that's pretty much it. Overall, dollar is under pressure, so any bounce could be limited. I need to go. What's left? We have seen gold, we have seen euro dollar, we have seen we have seen Bitcoin. Sorry, this is where I don't know why it reacts like that. And you're asking about Ripple. You're asking about Ripple, my dear friend Zibusiso. You were a bit late, my friend, today. I guess you were busy trading. So, okay, for Ripple, very similar to Bitcoin, my dear friend. Okay, there was a rebound. However, it seems that it's nearly over. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's nearly over. The rebound is nearly over. I don't like this one. This is too late. Why is too late? This is shift. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of the shift. I'm gonna get rid of the shift over here as well. Okay. There is a bullish cross from my 5 and 9 exponential moving average, but RSI, stochastic, is pointing on the downside. And this is still a significant resistance level for a Ripple. No. That's a 15 minutes chart. I just wanted to observe whether it will manage to break it or not. But instead, we have a reversal. So yeah, it has failed to extend above it. So yeah, it will revert and possibly move back to where it was initially at 136 territory, 137, 135.70. So stochastic is about to bearishly cross. So yeah, have this in mind. I'm afraid. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. No worries. I'm just kidding. Guys, I'm gonna call it a date. I know that you still ask about questions, etc. But for gold, I have covered everything. The live will stay in our YouTube channel, so you can drag and drop your cursor and find what my analysis for gold. What I pretty much said about gold is that there is in a positive outlook. So the reaction from the NFP, it was limited. Okay. And as long as we don't see the asset, this is gold, Mahmoud, as long as we don't see gold moving below my trend line, so that's around 50, 57 territory, as long as we don't see it breaking this level, then it means that as long as it's above it, it means that it is well supported. Okay. I know that parabolics are pointing lower. I know that moving averages are pointing lower. But as long as I don't really see a break below 50, 53, 57, yeah, but this trend line that I have put in the 50-minute chart, I'm not convinced that it will decline, it will fall, okay? And don't forget that overall the outlook remains positive. So even if we see a breakout of our trend line, it might be limited, okay? It might find a nice support at the 50-20, which is a nice support zone for gold. But yeah, I need to see it breaking this trend line in order to believe to a sell-off. And last but not least, pound. No one asked about dollar yen, by the way. It's been in 3 days in a row on the downside. Carry trade is going on. A lot of intervention, a lot of carry trade. Nonetheless, okay, pound, dollar. Last but not least. Sorry, I don't know. I left some indicators over here. Gonna get rid of it. Was from a previous live analysis. I want to get rid of it. Fibo channel. Close. Perfect. So here we are. This is the daily chart for pound. We are still in an uptrend since November. Okay. Today there is a very strong ceiling. Actually, the last 2 days there is a really, really strong ceiling at 137 level. So 137 is a really, really strong ceiling so far this week for pound. You see that it keeps failing to extend above 137, and that's the case so far. Yeah, it failed to extend above it, and we have a significant sell-off. Moving average are bearishly crossed. The asset is below pivot point. RHI stopped falling. Let me use also. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, that looks limited. No. Yeah, basically there is a negative bias, an increasing negative bias for pound in a 30 minutes time frame and 1 hour time frame. If I zoom into the 30 minutes chart, you can see that there was a bit of a correction, but limited, and didn't manage to at least recover half of these losses, and instead is getting ready to extend further on the downside. So there are some bearish signals in cable right now, in pound dollar right now, guys. Keep an eye on that. Very interesting. Thank you for bringing that up, Opeyevi. Thank you for bringing it up. Thank you very much. There are a lot of campaigns that we're giving bonus. You can click in visit hfm.com, click on promotions, and you will find everything there. Okay guys, I'm gonna call it a date. Okay, the live will stay in our channel, so drag and drop your cursor, have a look on what we have covered so far. Any feedback is more than welcome. Keep an eye on yen and Australian dollar as well, because there is a very, very nice, they're very interesting. We have seen basically the yen and Aussie dollar quickly rebounded as well after the NFP, but in general, but this rebound obviously is a bit limited because of the carry trade. And that was pretty much it from my side. Thank you very much for attending. Have a great day ahead. Take care. Have a strategy. Put your stop loss. Have a risk management strategy as well. Predefine how much you are willing to risk for every trade. Be very careful. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Take care and see you again actually on Friday. Thank you. Bye-bye.